The Katsina State government has found itself at the center of a major controversy after deciding to release 70 suspected bandits from custody, a move that has sparked heated debates across Nigeria. This decision, which came after persistent appeals from the renowned Islamic scholar Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, has left many Nigerians asking whether this is a bold step towards peace or a dangerous gamble that could backfire spectacularly. The state government has now come out to defend its position, explaining the reasoning behind what many consider a highly contentious decision that could either mark the beginning of lasting peace in the troubled region or open the floodgates for more violence and criminality. According to official statements from the Katsina State government, these 70 individuals were released as part of a broader peace initiative aimed at ending the relentless cycle of violence that has plagued the state for years. The government insists that these suspects were not hardened criminals, but rather young men who had been drawn into banditry due to various socio-economic factors, including poverty, lack of education, and the general insecurity that has characterized the region. The state authorities argue that many of these individuals were coerced into joining armed groups and that releasing them under strict conditions could help break the cycle of violence while giving them a chance to reintegrate into society as law-abiding citizens. Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, who has been a vocal advocate for dialogue and negotiation with bandits rather than military confrontation, has been pushing for such releases for quite some time now. The controversial cleric has consistently argued that many of the so-called bandits are actually victims of circumstances who were forced into criminality by the harsh realities of life in northern Nigeria. According to Gumi, engaging with these groups through dialogue and offering them pathways to rehabilitation is far more effective than the heavy-handed military approach that has been employed over the years with limited success. His stance has divided opinion across the country, with some viewing him as a peace advocate while others see him as someone who sympathizes too much with criminals who have caused untold suffering to innocent communities. The Katsina government has emphasized that the release of these suspects was not done carelessly or without proper consideration. Officials have stated that thorough profiling was conducted to ensure that those being released were not involved in serious crimes such as murder or kidnapping. The government claims that most of these individuals were arrested on suspicion of being bandits but had not been formally charged with specific crimes due to lack of concrete evidence. Rather than keep them in indefinite detention without trial, which would violate their human rights, the government decided that releasing them under a peace accord was the more humane and practical option. The released individuals have reportedly signed undertakings to renounce violence and have been warned that they will face severe consequences if they return to criminal activities. This development has generated massive reactions from Nigerians who are understandably concerned about their safety and the implications of such a decision. Many people are questioning whether releasing suspected criminals is truly the solution to the banditry problem or whether it sends the wrong message that crime pays. Some security experts have expressed skepticism about the effectiveness of such peace initiatives, pointing to previous instances where released bandits returned to their criminal activities with even more determination. Critics argue that without addressing the root causes of banditry, including poverty, unemployment, and the proliferation of illegal weapons, simply releasing suspects will not bring about lasting peace but might instead embolden criminal elements who see such gestures as signs of weakness from the government. However, supporters of the peace initiative argue that military operations alone have not been able to solve the banditry crisis and that alternative approaches must be explored. They point out that the continuous cycle of violence has resulted in thousands of deaths, displaced countless families, and crippled economic activities in affected areas. These proponents believe that giving repentant bandits a chance to reform and reintegrate into society could encourage others to lay down their arms, especially if they see that there is a genuine pathway to a better life outside of crime. The Katsina government has indicated that the released individuals will be enrolled in rehabilitation and vocational training designed to equip them with skills that will enable them to earn legitimate livelihoods. If you are finding this information valuable and you want to stay updated on important developments like this across Nigeria, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on crucial news that affects our nation. Your support really helps us continue bringing you these important stories. The timing of this release is particularly interesting because it comes at a period when banditry and kidnapping have reached alarming levels in northwestern Nigeria. Just in the past few weeks, there have been reports of multiple attacks on communities, with bandits killing residents, rustling cattle, and demanding ransoms from kidnapped victims. The persistent insecurity has forced many schools to close, farmers to abandon their lands, and businesses to shut down, creating a humanitarian crisis that continues to worsen. Against this backdrop, the decision to release 70 suspected bandits appears to some observers as either an act of desperation or a calculated gamble by a government willing to try unconventional methods to restore peace. The Katsina State government has also revealed that the release is part of a larger framework that involves continuous engagement with various stakeholders, including traditional rulers, community leaders, and even the bandits themselves. The government believes that by creating channels of communication and offering incentives for disarmament, more bandits can be convinced to abandon their criminal ways, especially if they see that there is a genuine pathway to a better life outside of crime. This story raises important questions about how Nigeria should deal with the security challenges facing the nation, and we want to hear from you. Do you think releasing suspected bandits is a step in the right direction, or do you believe the government is making a terrible mistake? Share your thoughts in the comment section below and let us know what you think should be done to address the banditry crisis in northern Nigeria. Remember to like this video if you found it informative and subscribe to our channel for more updates on this and other important stories from across the country.